Hey y'all, I am back with episode 3 review of Braxton Family Values. I'm sorry I'm not as energetic because I am a little tired. I haven't been getting a lot of rest this week, and I have a lot of work, and plus tests are coming up, and but I'm hanging on, guys. But anyway, let's get to it. I don't remember everything that happened dead on because I fell asleep. Like when they first showed the episode, I kind of fell asleep on it, like around into 35 minutes of it, and then I kind of woke up and I was like, oh shit, it's on. And then I watched the encore. They usually show the encore like 2 or 3 times, and then they show like the preceding episode, or no, the preceding episodes. So let's get to it. This is called the Tamar-vention. Oh my god, Braxton's, y'all make my nerves bad. Watching this episode just make my nerves bad. Because I'm like, oh my god, their sisterhood is a jacked up mess right now. It's just too jacked up. So anyway, let's just say that from what I remember, they're in the beginning of the episode, pretty much they're talking about how we need Dr. Sherry on this now. I don't think that I think we really need to get the whole family to sit down and talk about it, and that's what everybody should have been did from the beginning. This is the problem. I think that one of the problems with this is that everybody's having side conversations. A whole family needs to get together and nip this in the bud, as Trina said before. But everybody just needs to like come on one table and discuss it, and you'll see it later in this episode. So they now I get to the part where Trina, Tracy, and Tawana, I guess, go out for lunch or something, or have drinks, whatever, and they're Trina's talking about she's looking for, her and Gabe are looking for new rings, and she's like, she kind of whispers to her sisters, I think it was fake. And they're like, whoa. And Tracy was like, well, Tracy, what, like, Trina, why would you accept a ring like that? Duh, thank you. Why would you accept it? If you thought the ring was fake, why would you accept the proposal? I'm sorry, but if you thought that ring was fake, why did you take it? Trina, I love her, she's cute and everything, but Trina's actually one of my favorite Braxtons. I think it's just something about her personality. She's just so let go and carefree, but at the same time, they're all pretty girls, but Trina, you could tell Trina's not one of the smart ones. So anywho, that's done and over with. Now they're talking about Tawanda and Andre, and they're like, did y'all have sex? Tawanda, you know how you get that smirk after you got some, like, but you don't want to outright tell your girlfriends or your sisters or whoever. You're like, and you can't say nothing. Yep. Because yeah, Andre didn't gave her some. You can tell she was feeling a little sexual tension when they was back in Italy, describing everything looks like a, who, a dang-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Okay. And so I figured they was still bumping and grinding. Even Tamar said so last season, so ain't nothing new with that. Now we get to the sister-vention, the Tamar-vention, if you will. Mama Evelyn is in this session. Now, this is before Tamar arrives. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm tired. But before that, let's kind of get to there. I kind of now remember Tamar is shooting Love and War, and she's looking pretty in the video anyway. And Vince is there, and they're doing all this stuff. She's still doing press and stuff, and she's shooting, but they decide to have a family meeting on the day that she's shooting her video. So Tamar decides to come after her video shoot. But mind you, doesn't she gave me Target commercial for that video. When I watched the video, it just looked like a store commercial, like a department store commercial or something. I don't know. She was giving me face and spin and hair, you know, spinning on the beach with her man. Yeah. So now let's get to the Tamar-vention, the moment we've been waiting for. So it turns out that now they get to the sister-vention and Dr. Sherry. Of course, everybody remembers Dr. Sherry from the last 2 seasons. Now, mind you, every Braxton season has a big blow up, and this one was so everybody, all the sisters are there, and Mommy Braxton is there, except for Tamar, because Tamar's kind of coming from her video shoot. So now they all get to talking and stuff like that, and all of a sudden I see Trina, like Trina calls Evelyn out. I'm like, saying that she's indecisive, that she is when it comes to right and wrong in the situation, it's either yes or no. Basically, she's saying like Evelyn is too neutral, and but Mama Evelyn in her confessional said, you know, I think Trina is always angry with me because she feels that I always stick up for Tamar. When honestly, I don't think it's so. I don't think Mama Evelyn always sticks up for Tamar. I think if anything, she comes down on Tamar the hardest. It just, they don't see that much. Well, when you watch the episodes, and like Mama Evelyn said, she wants to slap the piss out of her. She comes down on her hard. So anywho, now, you know, so she was like, you know, I think Trina got very spicy with me, and I found that totally disrespecting. And I was like, yeah, that was. I know when somebody's mad, they're not always thinking about that. They don't want to come off disrespectful, but you know, her feelings were hurt, but at the same time, they didn't quite make it right. I was like, Trina, you shouldn't have came at your mama like that, you know. And I guess maybe that is part of it. It could be a jealousy trait too, that maybe Tamar gets a free pass because she's the baby, and that's what she feels though. But I don't think it's so. But now, you know, Tawanda was like, you know what, I think it's best that Mommy is not here in the meeting with us, because we can't truly hash it out as sisters. And she was right, you know, because you don't want to be cussing and all that stuff in front of your mama. That's not cute. So Mama Evelyn is excused, and now Tamar comes in not too long afterward. And you know, she hugs and kisses everybody, but we all know that the claw's gonna come out, right, as soon as the hugs and kisses are over. So then, you know, everybody's discussing things, and to me it seemed like the meeting went nowhere. It just, they bumped heads even further. And you know, but Tamar is on one side of the fence saying, I think there's jealousy from the Tamar and Vince spinoff. This is all that Tamar is focused on. She believes why her sisters have so much gripe with her. I don't think it's fully that. Maybe it could be an underlying reason, but I don't think it's the whole reason. I think that number one, they miss Tamar. You know, they feel like she's spending too much time with Vince. And I don't know, maybe it's also they hate the fact that, you know, Tamar does have the more successful marriage. Maybe that's a possibility, like I stated in the last video. But also that her career is starting to pop off. And Tamar is the more popular Braxton because Tamar brings drama. Tamar is the foolery of the show. You can't get any simpler than that. And so now all I remember is, you know, basically Tamar, you know, when you have an intervention, I notice these things. Somebody's always in denial. Tamar, okay? Somebody's always in denial that there's a problem. Now, you know, everybody's going back and forth, then somehow wires get crossed. Tony gets upset and she storms out, and she's like, you know, I hate myself for leaving the meeting because, you know, I was doing what I told my sisters not to do. But everybody has their breaking point. And I think Tony has been trying to be mediator throughout this whole time. But then I remember Trina saying, no, Tony, don't leave, don't leave. But, you know, like, I think Tony really, throughout this whole thing, has tried to be mediator. But she was a little messy the last episode when she got Mommy Braxton into the situation. That was it. But I kind of commend Tony for trying to help, because she's the big sister and she doesn't want to see her younger sisters having so much gripe with each other. So then they get to Kit-Kat and then fighting, and then, you know, then Tracy out of nowhere, she's, you know, Dr. Sherry is saying, you know, basically what she's looking at with their sisterhood, the communication is effed up, you know, she says something, I can't remember what it was. Then Tracy interjected and said, with the devil. And the Tamar's like, you calling me the devil? Then that's when things popped off. Tamar took it the wrong way. And then Tracy's talking about, oh, well, you got to be on, you stepping on everybody's platform, and you know, I think Tracy was trying to get somewhere, but at this point I was kind of like, what's Tracy talking about a little bit? So you know how Tracy sometimes don't make sense. She tries to make sense, but sometimes it just don't come out right. And I think because she's so angry, and she's feeling that Tamar is being condescending, and Tracy popped off. Tracy was like, don't test me, was in Tamar's face, don't test me, don't test me. I was like, you better get her. I like Tracy. I actually, the way Tamar's attitude was in that session, I did not like that. She was very condescending towards her sisters. I understand that you don't know what's going on, and you're kind of like, what's the beef with me? But you need to come from an understanding place and not a hateful place, like, well, like, bitch please type of stuff. You know, like, so Tracy looked like she was ready to smack her down, and I don't blame Tracy. I really don't blame Tracy. I would have wanted to smack her down just as bad. And I would want somebody to get slapped, because, like, but I think on both sides of the spectrum, they both don't listen to each other. It just happens to be that Tamar is much more rah 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 when it comes to it, but they all don't listen to each other. I noticed that, and I don't think they can truly fix it unless they listen to each other. I think a lot of times people have trouble when it comes to listening. That's why a lot of confrontations happen. And so, you know, and I remember after, and I'm sorry I put Tony walking out, but way before everything happened. So then, like, Tony walks out, and then the rest of the sisters eventually walk out. And Tamar's like, here we go again. But if everybody's walking out on you, something is not right. It may not be all the way Tamar's fault, but I think that something is not right on Tamar's side of the fence, and I don't think something is right on the other sister's side of the fence. I think that there's both a lot of hurt and a lot of confusion and a lot of misunderstanding, and part of it is, you know, why I think Tawanda has so much gripe with Tamar also is because she disses everybody's marriages. And, you know, Tamar, once it comes to Tamar and her husband, she can do whatever she wants. But then when people try to bring their other husbands into the equation, it's like, we ain't having that here. And the sisters found that as a problem, even though I think they all, the majority of them, I mean, Tony's divorced, but I think we don't really see Tracy's marriage too much, but really from Trina and Tawanda, their marriage is and they're sticking with these men, and I'm just like, oh my God, y'all crazy. These men, after they dogged y'all for years and y'all still with them, I don't get it. And maybe they're envious at the fact that Tamar has such a good man. Yes, Vincent had his faults and Tamar had her faults, but other than that, they have such a good marriage. And maybe the sisters kind of envy that. But also Tamar's finally getting her career off the ground, and maybe the other sisters, especially from maybe Tracy, because Tracy never really had a singing career. Because, well, Tawanda's just kind of in the background. She hasn't really been noticed that much. And Trina's trying to get a little career started, and that's kind of not really at Tamar's level or Tony's level. And that Tony's not really putting anything out right now, even though she had her little single not too long ago. But, you know, as they're seeing Tamar, you know, be pretty much an overnight success, you know, that can trigger a lot of things within a sisterhood dynamic. A lot of jealousy, a lot of fighting, a lot of misunderstanding. But I think Tamar is also misunderstanding that I don't think they're jealous of Tamar and Vince completely. I don't think it's just that. It's a lot of underlying issues. But I want to know what everybody else thinks about that, because this was a very heavy fight, and of course the therapy session did not go anywhere. It just did not help. They need some divine intervention. That's what they need. Power of prayer. But tell me what you guys think about it. I'm sorry I'm not as energetic because I'm a little tired, but also I wanted to shout out to Night, N-E-I-G-H-T. I will put a link for your page when I'm finished with this video, and when I upload it. But he's, you know, he's so cute. And he has some videos. He did Justin Timberlake's review for Mirrors. He stumbled upon mine, and he liked my review, and I like his review. At least yours is short and sweet and straight to the point. Mine is kind of long and drawn out. And I checked out like one of his other videos, the girl with the bloody tampon, and I was like, that was fucking good. I'm sorry, I don't mean to curse. I really don't mean to. But that was just that's a whole nother story. That was way back. But he has some really cute videos, really nice videos. So check him out, and I'll put the link to his page. And thank you for subscribing to me. I love it. Even though I only have 2 subscribers, I'm working on it. I'm getting there, y'all. I'm getting there. Working on it. But y'all, show me some love. Like, comment, rate, subscribe, please. I need all the love I can get. I'm trying to get these videos out here to everybody, and, you know, come and enjoy this thing, because, you know, I want to cater to you guys. So, you know. So, that's it, everybody, in a nutshell. Braxton Family Values. Oh my God. The next episode, I don't know what the heck is gonna happen. They now got Mama and Daddy Braxton into this. Oh boy. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna come of this now. So I guess we have to tune in next week. But check them on WeTV Thursday nights at 9. You know, watch it, but tell me what you guys think. And once again, like, comment, rate, subscribe. This is Miss Randomosity, aka Tiana, and ciao, sweet puddings, and I'll see you later. Bye.